Oddities. Stay strange.
Did it work?
Okay.
Are we
It
here?
worked. We're recording. We're here. We're here. We're here. We're back. We're here.
Welcome back, Odd Fam.
Yay. Welcome back, Odd Fam. Welcome to Oddities. I'm Cassie.
I'm Kelly.
And welcome back to Strange Town. We're here with an all new season.
Do-do-do-do.
Yay. As per usual, you can find all of our things in the description. You know the drill at this point, kids, if you're new. And if you don't know, all of our links to our social media. We used to have a webpage. We decided to take it down.
Decided nobody was visiting it, so it went goodbye.
So bye. Yeah, but the merch store is there. The Patreon, if you'd like to donate and support our show, you can do that for as low as $1 a month, and then you get access to a bonus episode every week. It's a little bit of a different vibe over there, so just so you know what you're signing up for. It's not this, it's different. We also have credits to all of the artists that we've worked with. Thanks, guys. You're so talented.
You're amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. How's my borsty?
Your borsty is good.
Yeah.
I'm in a new location.
There she is. Yes.
I am thriving and surviving.
Yay. Check, check.
Spring has sprung here in Hoa Hoa Hoa. It is beautiful.
Wonderful.
Still very chilly, which, I mean, we haven't acclimated, so to most people it's pretty warm here, but to us, we're very much enjoying the 50-degree weather, so.
Oh, it's so perfect.
I'm just gonna enjoy it for as long as we can. We got the keys to our beautiful home on Christmas Eve. It was a Christmas miracle, let me tell you.
Christmas miracle. Yep.
And yeah, we've just been settling in quite nicely and thrilled to be here. So
I love that for you. When we left off, I was freshly a mom, and I'm still freshly a mom, but with more months under my belt. So that's cool. As of time of recording, my offspring is 9 months old, which is insane, and he's like a tiny little man.
he's the tiniest
And the
little
coolest.
man.
But so long. He's so long.
Yeah, what's that about? He's going to be
He's
a
just gonna,
basketball star. That's what it is.
like his mama. We love to see it. We love to see it. Parenthood remains the coolest. My favorite part of it would be that he's now like babbling. So we get to hear his like little voice for real. And I just about shit myself every time.
It's so cool, isn't it?
It's so cool. It's like, bah, bah, bah. Well, here's the part I don't like. It's like the middle of the night, right? And like, I don't want to dick around with the crib anymore. So usually I just bring him in with me or whoever's on fin duty. And when he's with me, so it's like 2 a.m. and we're just laying there staring at the ceiling fan going. And he's just like, bah, 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 bah. Just like whispering to me about the fan. And I'm like, listen, bro. I too am excited by the ceiling fan, but it's 2 a.m, so we don't need to like talk about it.
We're done with the fan, buddy.
I'm thrilled for you that your favorite channel, the ceiling fan, is on, but like no. So that's still cool. Still at my piece of shit job, kids, in case you're wondering. I hope they're listening.
This is how we feel.
This is how we feel, but don't worry, this too shall pass. And I could not be more excited to be back with my borsty doing this. To be fair, we did have borsty time.
Quite often, actually. Like weekly.
Like every week, basically.
Yeah.
Which we loved. We never got to do borsty craft time like we had hoped.
No, but I have a lot planned as far as things that need to be done for my house. So, like, we should still do that.
We should still do borsty craft time. Yeah. So, kids, we decided to go with seasonal format. So, just like last season, we're going to drop 13 episodes and then we're going to take a little break again and then we'll be back. Just like it gives us like a nice little balance, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, we're dropping this, of course, just in time for pretty much summer to kick off. So this is May when this comes out, which is very exciting and very cool. We have each chosen a theme for this season. It's not the same theme. We're each doing one independent theme. Would you like to share yours, Borsty?
So mine are a little bit of the same. It's going to be underground tunnel systems and
Very
underground
spookala.
cities because they go hand in hand.
Sure, sure, sure. Underground cities.
Yes, hidden underground cities, whether you
You know,
know
and
they're
this is
there or not.
this is wild because like didn't we kind of wrap up near the end with like the underground Starbucks and shit
Yeah, the underground city of LA.
of LA? Yeah.
Yep.
Holy
So
shit.
I kind of left you guys on a cliffhanger or maybe an Easter egg.
An Easter egg. Yes. The City of Angels. Well, that's very cool. Very exciting.
Yep.
Mine is not related, but shout out to cousin Nathan for suggesting this. I don't know why it didn't occur to me because I was originally going to go with conspiracy theories, which will probably happen in a future season. Because something's happened to my TikTok algorithm and it's basically all conspiracy theories now, and I don't know how that happened, but now when I watch it at like 2 a.m., I'm spiraling in the middle of the night. So just know that that's my night, like every night. But this season, my topic is alien abductions, of course.
I'm so looking forward to this.
Aliens, extraterrestrial, we're out there. I got a lot of fun ones, and they're not your typical ones. And I have not chosen one specific region. We've gone global with them.
Oh. See, I like
Yeah, a
this.
little.
I'm very excited to because I don't know. I feel like anytime I hear an alien abduction, it's always the US. And
Uh-huh. And it's always like the 60s and everybody's high.
yeah, and I always feel like it's, the US is just the laughing stock. So I am very excited to hear something, you know.
Oh yeah, we're around the world. I'm pretty sure I go to Australia a couple times.
Oh,
I think
hell
we hit up
yeah.
like Brazil. I think like we've got like we're all over the place. So
This is
we'd love to
exciting.
see it. Italy, I think I show up in Italy at one point. So
I
um,
can't wait.
we love to see Italian hands. So that said, friends, even though we've got our 13 laid out, as we are dropping, if you have stories to share with us, please do, because maybe we'll make our final episode like,
Listeners.
farewell plus a listeners episode. We do already have a couple of stories from one listener, so thank you.
Thank
We'd
you
love to
for
see
submitting
it.
that. Yes.
Yeah, so if we get a few more, like call it, I think even two more of you write in,
Mm-hmm.
then we will do it. The email remains the same. It's oddities.talk@gmail.com. So, with that said, also, I mean, of course, if you have topics and stuff and we start to see a theme shake out, we can consider that for a future season too.
Yeah.
So don't forget that you can do that as well. Would you like to kick us off, Borsty? Not our usual 13,
Yes.
but I think we can.
I am going to preface this by saying this one is going to be very short and sweet on my end.
Oh, just like a fun little tidbit to get us back into things.
Yes, but it is in the Midwest.
Oh,
I feel like people don't think anything goes on in the Midwest, but lo and behold, things be happening
you know what else is happening in the Midwest? Serial killers.
all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Literally all the time. So anyway,
I'm going to be talking about the Indianapolis Catacombs.
Indianapolis. I forget that location exists.
Right?
Like I literally do. And then on top of it, it's got catacombs to boot.
Yeah.
So
But unfortunately, it's not what you think at all.
okay, okay then.
Yeah. The catacombs were located under Whistler Plaza, as the foundation for the massive Tomlinson Hall, a building that once stood beside City Market, and City Market itself could hold up to 3,500 people. So it was a very large place. And what this place was, picture what was supposed to be like a large farmer's market, a large place for people to go shop, do their
Vendors,
mingling.
yeah.
Unfortunately, in 1958, that burned down.
Oh no. Okay.
Portions of the area, including most of Tomlinson Hall. But the catacombs, it was built in the late 1800s, and it's approximately 20,000 square feet.
Holy shit.
Like, it's massive
That's huge.
underground passageways on the northeast corner of Market and Delaware Street in downtown Indianapolis. And the passage and walkways include brick archways of limestone columns. And what it was meant for was to house store goods from above the marketplace. And because of like the climate control, it was to store like meats and cheeses and like things to prevent them from going bad. It's very interesting. Now you can go tour it, but really all that's there are just archways and dirt floors. That's it.
Oh, just
It's
the
very
memories.
creepy. It is like there's something very spooky and eerie about this place. I have to like
I'm gonna look it up.
it it just gives a very eerie feeling when I look at it. Something doesn't feel right in
I
any
mean,
way,
I'm
shape,
sure
or
people
form.
sneak in and murder people in there.
At one point, the underground structure was actually used for shelter by the homeless during bad winter storms. And
Oh,
personally, I
okay.
don't know why they don't think to maybe do that more.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
But
You know what? It is giving like a tomb. It's giving like, you know what it's also giving? It's giving like liminal spaces when I'm
yeah,
looking at this. So that's what it makes it like, it's off-putting.
it's very, very off-putting. Um, it's now considered a historical site. And I mean, of course it would
Ooh.
be. It's very old. I found some interesting facts about it. It's obviously now 100 years old. The catacombs are only one of a dozen catacomb sites in the US, so we'll revisit that here soon.
You know what? That's so perfect though. It's like the perfect number that we need for the season, really.
The catacombs are what have left are only what's left of Tomlinson Hall, which was built in 1886. And 100 years ago, the catacombs also served as nightly homeless shelter for men and women to seek warmth during the bad Indianapolis winters.
That
So
too.
that tells me, because it used to house people, that just something went down there.
You know there's dead people down there.
There's got to be dead people down there, or
Dead people are
people
down there.
people had to have died there.
Yeah.
Like, I
Ghosts.
firmly believe, due to the age, there's got to be something lurking.
Literally so much shit is lurking down there. I'm not even gonna even when you just think about the creepy crawlies down there alone, that's enough.
According to Stevie Stosey, City Market executive director, there's a haunted chair in one of the rooms leading off the catacombs.
Oh.
It doesn't think it has been, no one thinks it's been moved for years.
There's just a chair?
Yeah.
I hate that.
And I couldn't find more on the haunted chair, but like, I don't know.
If you just have a chair just hanging out by itself, I automatically assume it's haunted.
Yep. To date, over 700 people have toured the City Market catacombs. And I looked up tours, and it says it's permanently closed. So I don't know that you still can, but if you're in the Indiana, like maybe it's a seasonal thing.
It
So
could be a
maybe it's like a
seasonal
summer
thing.
thing to do so.
Yeah,
So
it could be.
there you have it, the Indiana catacombs. Who knew in Indiana you have catacombs?
Literally, what else is in Indiana? Cornfields? I think they're big on corn. I could be wrong.
Isn't
Or like
the like
wheat.
Indiana 500? Isn't it?
Oh,
Or is it the
fair.
Indy
There is.
500?
It's the Indy 500. Man, I don't even know. If you're in Indiana, like, what do you have going on over there aside from the catacombs? Very fun, Borstein. Good fun
So
one to open
this
up
is
with.
really just to dip our toes in. I have a lot of fun things planned, and it isn't just U.S. based. It is worldwide.
Oh, it's a very global season.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. Mine obviously is unrelated. Today I'm covering the abduction of George Adamski. So,
Ooh.
so it's the early 1950s. The United States is living under a lot of psychological weight of nuclear annihilation. Not too dissimilar to today. Entire school systems are running duck and cover drills. We're teaching kids to hide underneath desks, like wood and metal are going to somehow protect them from, atomic fire. Radios are speaking in hushed tones about bomb tests in the Nevada desert. We've got newspapers alternating between optimism about technological progress and fear of global destruction. So we're in the Cold War, baby. And it's not just political tension, it's a vibe, it's an atmosphere, it's a way of life. And into this moment steps a man who claims something pretty extraordinary. Not just that unidentified flying objects exist, but that they are piloted by peaceful human like beings from other worlds. People who are here specifically to guide humanity away from self destruction.
Really?
This man's name, of course, is George Adamski. So I don't know. Some people might call him a visionary. Some people might call him a fanaticist. Some people might call him something in the middle of those two things. But his story basically becomes one of the most influential foundations in UFO mythology.
Oh.
Before him, UFOs are rumors. After him, they become messages.
Ha ha
All right,
ha.
so here we go. So to understand why his claims spread so rapidly, you have to remember that you can't separate them from the cultural environment that produced them. Okay, so late 40s, early 50s mark a unique psychological threshold in modern history. We've got the nuclear shock, okay, because we crossed a permanent line with Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and so for the first time, everybody's like, "Holy shit, we can erase ourselves." So this creates a whole new like category of anxiety, not
Yeah.
just the fear of death, but basically the fear of entire extinction. And then by the early 50s, the nuclear testing is like a routine thing. We've got mushroom clouds that are broadcast on like news reels. It feels like a scientific achievement, but beneath that progress narrative is of course like dread. And basically if humans can destroy themselves, what else could be destroying us? Then you also have the UFO wave that begins from 1947 onward. In 1947, pilot Kenneth Arnold reports seeing fast-moving saucer-like objects over Mount Rainier.
Ah!
I actually, yes,
We
exactly.
can see
Am
it
I
from our
saying it right?
house.
Am I saying it right? Oh, fucking nailed it. So newspapers misinterpret his description, though, coining the phrase flying saucer. And so from that moment, sightings start to explode globally, right? This includes the Roswell incident reports, military investigations into aerial phenomena, civilian skywatch groups, and science fiction films like The Day the Earth Stood Still. Importantly, UFOs are not yet alien craft in like the fully defined sense. So the mythology is still forming and there's no like standardized narrative, right? And so that's where Adamski enters. And then third, we also have a culture that's searching for meaning, right? We've got post-war America that's paradoxical. We've got technologically advancing, very fast advances. We've got uncertainty when it comes to spirituality. We have people who are politically fearful and scientifically expanding into space and nuclear physics. And religious frameworks remain, but a lot of people start seeking alternative cosmologies and ideas that sort of blend science and spirituality and cosmic order. And so Adamski's message lands like very perfectly in this gap. So who was this man? Before the fame, he was not a scientist, a military insider, or an academic. He worked various service jobs. He worked at restaurants and landscaping. He had a long-standing interest in Eastern philosophy, mysticism, cosmic consciousness ideas, and early esoteric teachings about universal life forces. He also lived in Southern California near Palomar Mountain, home to the Palomar Observatory, one of the most advanced astronomical facilities in the world at the time. So, the proximity matters psychologically, right? Because even if it's not scientifically like relevant here, it gives him an implied association with space science in the public imagination. He's not an astronomer, but he's near astronomy, right? He's like in proximity. So, in myth making, proximity often matters as much as authority. So, here's the encounter claim. It's November 1952. He says that while in the California desert with several companions, they observe unusual aerial lights. According to his account, the lights move in non-ballistic, non-aircraft-like patterns. One object eventually descends and lands at a distance, and a humanoid figure emerges. And so let's talk about this being, right? It's known as the Venusian. So, this is where the narrative becomes foundational to like UFO lore. He describes this being as tall, human-like in appearance, light-haired, kind of like Nordic in in energy and vibe, if you will, wearing this one-piece form-fitting uniform and very calm, very emotionally neutral, like serene, if you will. And so he later identifies the being as a Venusian, meaning not necessarily from Venus as a physical planet in modern scientific understanding, but from a higher vibrational or spiritualized interpretation of Venus as a world. And so this is important because he starts to blend astronomy with like metaphysical cosmology. And so the being is not just extraterrestrial, it becomes sort of like moral in nature. So he claims then that this being communicates with him not through speech, but telepathically. The being allegedly conveys messages such as humanity is in danger due to nuclear weapons, atomic testing is disrupting forces beyond Earth, Earth is being observed by more advanced civilizations, and intervention is limited, but it's possible through some guidance, right? So this introduces this critical shift in UFO mythology. So before George, UFOs are often unexplained objects. Now they become these ethical messengers, and they're not random, they have a purpose. And so he says he's taken aboard this craft that this person like came down on, right? So he describes transparent or semi-transparent materials, control panels unlike human aircraft control panels, very smooth, seamless surfaces, and a quiet, vibration-free environment with additional humanoid like occupants on it. And there's no mechanical detail consistent with aerospace engineering of the time. And so instead the descriptions resemble sort of like mid-century science, like sci-fi set design and like spiritual light vessel imagery, and like it's like symbolic rather than technical structure. Um, and so then he produces photographs like supposedly showing UFOs. And so to the public in the early 50s, they're like, holy shit, this is wild because photography is still widely considered as objective truth at this point. Image manipulation is not widely understood. And UFO discourse is still like pretty new and pretty undefined. And so people are like, this is crazy. And so skepticism starts to emerge quickly. Um, experts looking at the photos note scale inconsistencies. So the objects are too small relative to the depth of field, suggesting that these are models rather than like distant craft. There are lighting issues. So the reflections and shadows are inconsistent with natural atmospheric conditions. And there's a lack of independent verification. There are no corroborating witnesses. Um, to confirm the photographic conditions, and despite this, the belief spreads. So because of this, the belief spreads, and because belief is not only about evidence, it's about also narrative coherence. So people believe in this, they think, for a few reasons. There are psychological and social layers. One, there's something called pareidolia, which is pattern construction. So we are designed to recognize structure in ambiguity. So in low information environments like blurry skies, indistinct lights, the brain is actively constructing meaning. And it's not like a failure of us, it's a survival logic, and it basically makes ambiguous aerial phenomena like really fertile ground for interpretation. Then there's also the Cold War aspect. So we are saturated with existential fear. The UFO narratives describe watchers and guardians and cosmic oversight, moral warnings, and it all fits neatly into a world where humanity basically fears itself. And so the idea that someone is out there watching to like prevent catastrophe is pretty stabilizing from a psychological standpoint. And then you have motivated reasoning. So once a belief system starts to form, the brain is tending to accept supporting evidence more easily, discounting contradictory information, reinterpreting ambiguity as confirmation. And it's very like powerful when the narratives are emotionally meaningful. And then you have social reinforcement. So once he starts public speaking about this, the audiences validate his claims and he gets media attention, and followers interpret his story as confirmation of their own beliefs. And so the belief starts to become like socially reinforced rather than empirically verified. And then some skeptics will argue that the simplest explanation is intentional construction behind this, with motivations including, of course, financial gain, lectures and books, desire for recognition, ideological commitment to cosmic philosophy, blending of imagination and belief over time. And so importantly, even intentional fabrication doesn't fully explain why the narrative resonated so widely. Fraud alone doesn't like create cultural mythology like reception does. So there are at the time US military investigations going into UFOs. We've got Project Sign, Project Grudge, Project Blue Book. These programs generally conclude that most sightings have conventional explanations. There are a small percentage that remain unidentified because of supposedly insufficient data. Um, but really, this whole thing with George matters because regardless of the truth value, he establishes several enduring UFO archetypes. We've got the benevolent alien. Um, we've got some sort of like moral warning narrative. There's this tradition of being contacted, like claiming personal communication, basically. And there's this, it sort of like sets the foundation and template for a humanoid alien, like that the beings resemble humans rather than like radically alien biology, if you will. So the last point of that is especially influential in later decades of UFO reporting. And so George's story forces a difficult question, which is when a narrative appears at exactly the moment in like a culture where it's psychologically ready to receive it, does it matter whether or not it's physically true? Or does cultural timing become its kind of own evidence with this, not of like external visitors, but just of internal human like need? In the end, his phenomenon might reveal like less about Venus spacecraft or extraterrestrial contact and more about like what humanity was afraid of and kind of also hoping for in the shadow of the atomic age as it, was taking off and everything. And so that is the supposed abduction of George Adamski. If I were to wager, this didn't actually happen. I think that this was, you know, him doing his own thing. If I had to guess, probably for like some kind of financial gain, because I think most things in life come down to that. And there you have it. That's George Adamski.
Okay. I was like, everything comes down to money, and you weren't
Yeah, I can
responding.
hear you.
Yeah. So
Okay, there we go. So yeah, everything always comes down to money, right?
the majority of that
So
I couldn't
like,
hear because of technical
yeah.
difficulties, but I know it was interesting. No.
I mean, like really, I don't think he actually came across this being at all. Um, like I think it's like the photos that he made, I think it was probably little models. I think that like
Are
there's
totally
there's enough
doctored.
proof that like the photos are like bullshit
Yeah.
too. And I think a lot of it, like the reason that it took off has to do with the Cold War and everything that was going on. Um, all the scientific breakthroughs that were happening at the time, I think it just like made people more
Hmm.
susceptible to sci-fi, I guess, and all that. And so anyway, that's the supposed abduction of George Adamski. I think it's false, but um,
Well,
we love him as a
first and
cultural
foremost,
icon.
he's an icon.
An
Um,
icon.
First off, well done
Thank you, Borsley.
for a multitude of reasons, but mostly because that's a name.
It
Um,
is. It is.
but as always, you just do an amazing job covering
Thank
these
you, Queen.
topics.
You too.
So I'm looking forward to the all of the abductions you have planned for us.
Yeah, I have so many.
Yeah.
Um, I
Um,
have some that are more favorites though than this.
so I can't wait to hear them.
Yeah, you all have to
And
stay tuned.
hopefully I won't have so many damn technical difficulties. But would this be oddities
Without
without
it,
the technical
absolutely not. And the good news is, since you're editing this, you'll get to hear it all.
Yes. I'll I'll have it all covered by then.
Yeah, you'll have it by then. So, Odd Fam, we're very happy to be back. We hope you enjoyed our first episode back. Of course, like I said, we still want to hear from you. If you have any stories to share with us, if you have topics for like future seasons or anything like that, please let us know.
Yep.
And until next time.
Stay strange.